Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have this really quick and easy tutorial for you, and it's a collaboration. I'm super excited for this. I'm collaborating with Michelle from Ready Set Glamour. If you guys don't know who she is, I don't know where you've been. She seriously is goals. Her YouTube channel is goals all the freaking way. She inspired me to clip in my hair today, my extensions, just because she has like this beautiful long luscious hair and I don't. So she definitely, like I said, is goals. Like, she just is on point with her looks, her makeup, her tutorials, her reviews. She has really great videos on her channel, a lot of drugstore products. She does a lot of like comparisons, dupes, like top 5 favorite e.l.f. products. Like, I'm talking about on point. I honestly go through like Ready Set Glamour marathons, glamathons I guess we can call them. I'm always watching her. I love following her on Instagram too. She's in California. I've seen her at an event, I believe it was IMATS, and she's just so stunning. I wish we would have known each other before. So yeah, this is a collaboration with her, longest intro ever. So today I showed you this really quick and easy cool tone makeup. It's basically just a really light wash of gray, like a charcoal gray on the lid, a blue liner, and that's pretty much it. Really simple lashes. This is the look that she created. I'm going to insert a clip right now. So don't forget to subscribe to her channel. Go to her channel right now and go tell her that I sent you. I genuinely love and enjoy her videos, so you will too. So if you want to see my rendition of this transitioning into fall look, then keep on watching. Hi guys, so I'm starting off with a primer on my eyes, and I'm using MAC Painterly Paint Pot, and I'm applying this with a Morphe brush, and I'm just applying this before my shadows so that they last. Like always, it's good to apply a base / primer, and this cancels out any redness. Now I'm going to prime my face with the Benefit Porefessional, and I'm applying this on my nose and around my nose, mainly where I have larger pores. Then I'm going to apply some eye cream, under eye cream, because they were feeling a little bit dry, and this is MAC Fast Response Eye Cream. Love this stuff. It's super hydrating and it works instantly. Now I'm going into the LORAC palette, and I'm using the light brown shade, and I was a little confused because the shade was coming off a bit gray on my eyes, but I'm using a MAC 224 brush to apply this into my crease / transition area. You can use any light brown. This is just going to help us with the smoky eye. And then I'm going into the color Toast from Bobbi Brown to add a little bit more warmth and more brown to this color, because like I said, the LORAC palette for some reason just wasn't giving me enough like brown tones. And I'm using the LORAC original palette. No, not the original, number 2. Then I'm going in with Charcoal, which is a nice gray, cool tone gray, and I'm applying this all over the lid with a Real Techniques brush. And I'm just packing this on, making sure I don't bring the color up too high, just right where the crease starts. That's where you want to end the gray color. I feel like a lot of people with smoky eyes, the problem is that they bring the color up too high. This dark shade shouldn't go above your crease. And then I'm just taking a clean 224 brush and I'm just blending everything out. Now I'm going in with these lighter shades as a brow bone color. You can use anything. You can use a shimmer or a matte. I chose to stay pretty matte, so that's just my preference, but just want to highlight the brow bone. It's going to really pull the look together. And then I'm going to use some Inglot Duraline, and I'm using the color Azure from the Anastasia World Traveler. Is that the World Traveler? Yeah, I believe the Shadow Couture World Traveler, one of those palette, and I mix the mixing medium with the shadow onto a palette. This is going to create a liquid liner. So really cool. If you don't have the Inglot Duraline, you can use Fix Plus or any mixing medium. I've heard like Visine works, but I just use the Inglot Duraline because it works really well, and I'm using a Zoeva wing liner brush. So you can use this with any shadow. You're basically making the shadow a liquid form or like a cream gel kind of form. So really cool. You can turn any shadow into an eyeliner. I chose this really bright electric blue because I like the way it looks on brown eyes, but you can use green, purple, literally any color, or even a black shadow. If you don't have a liquid liner, this is a great way to improvise, and it really does last long. And I love the Inglot Duraline. It really works really well with shadows. You can also use it to wet or like smoothen out your gel products. For instance, the gel liner or dip brow. The Duraline is such a versatile product and I love it. Now I'm going in with this Nars Mascara. It's one of their newer mascaras, and I'm just applying a quick coat of that. And then I'm going to apply falsies. These are from Bullseye Lash, and these are the Hayley lashes. And I'm applying this really closely to the lash line. Since we don't have a black eyeliner, you really want to apply some nice wispy lashes and really close to the lash line. I chose these lashes because they're very thin and wispy, so you really get to see the blue liner. If you use very thick lashes, you're not going to be able to see the color, and it's going to kind of take away from the look. So I'm just applying those with a MAC lash applicator, and you can use Ardell Demi Wispies, and then I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and I'm just using a damp beauty blender to apply that. I forgot what color I used. I'm pretty sure it was Camel or Light Honey. It's one of the more tan shades just because I do have a fake tan, and I'm just blending this into my face. This foundation is so flawless, and one coat is good enough. It's pretty medium buildable coverage, and I'm just blending that onto my neck to make sure everything is seamless. Now to conceal, I'm using Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in the shade Light Neutral, and I'm applying this underneath my eye in a triangle form. And then I'm also going to brighten the other sides of my face with the Bare Minerals Stroke of Light. So this is kind of like a concealer, but it's a lot thinner in consistency. So you can use this on other areas of your face, and it's not going to be too thick. And then I'm going to take it a little extreme today, and I'm going to be cream contouring. I'm using the Laura Mercier contour palette, the cream contour palette. I'm using the lightest shade in that palette to kind of create a base contour, and then I'm actually going to deepen that up with a darker color from the palette. And I'm also going to be bronzing up my face with this. So I'm just using a NYX flat foundation brush to apply this, and this palette is so creamy. It really blends nicely, but you do have to find the right brushes to use with it. I chose a beauty blender to blend everything out, and I like to blend the lighter areas first, because if you blend everything together, it's all going to get mixed up and it's not going to look good. It's going to look messy. So I like to blend the lighter areas and then the darker areas, because doing it the other way will just give you darkness on areas that you don't want it to be dark. So just a quick little tip for me: when you're cream contouring and you're blending, do the light areas first. It's a lot easier to darken things up instead of lighten things up. So I'm just using the beauty blender to apply everything, and sorry, you can hear Coco in the background barking. If you can love me. And now to set my whole face and the areas that I concealed, I'm using Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. And I've been trying out the Cover FX Illuminating Powder, but I'm not really feeling it. Now to bronze up my face, I'm using the Kevyn Aucoin Bronzer in Tropical Nights Cool Bronze. And I'm using a Tom Ford bronzer brush, which is so freaking expensive, but it works so well. And then I'm using the Girlactik Star Blush in Milan, which is a nice kind of like cool tone pink. And I'm using the Nars Yachiyo brush to apply my blush. Like always, I absolutely love this blush for like natural kind of days. And then I'm using a cream colored eyeliner in my waterline. This is the NC25. You can use the Nars pencil or pretty much any cream color or white in the waterline. This is really going to open up the eyes. I'm applying a couple of coats of mascara to my falsies to blend them with my natural ones. Then I'm using the charcoal color, and I'm just blending that underneath my eye. Smoking out the lower lash line isn't necessary. If you want it to be more of a daytime look, you can just leave it blank. But I like to always smoke out just a little bit underneath. And then I'm using the MAC Extended Play Gigablack Mascara. And I love this for my bottom lashes. It really extends them and makes them look super long, which really just ties the look together. But like I said, you don't have to smoke out the lower lash line. Now I'm just tight lining using the Tarina Tarantino Tommy Jet Hyper Liner, and then I'm just buffing like Michelle does with some powder. This is the Benefit Hello Flawless powder. She buffs out like all of her face, basically her blush, bronzer, contour, to just give it a more airbrushed and flawless finish. I first started off using this Peak Cosmetics nude lipstick, and you could leave it like this, but I kind of wanted to do something different since I always use nudes and it's pretty much my go-to look. So here I was applying some peachy lip gloss to see if that was going to kind of change it up. But I actually decided to go with like a gray tone. So I'm using Gerard Cosmetics Underground Lipstick, which is a beautiful gray. But over a nude lipstick, it's not as intense and it's not as dark. So I actually really liked it. It kind of just gives it the look a different vibe. More of a fall vibe, and I actually really liked it. If you want to order from Gerard Cosmetics, I do have a coupon code, which is Rosita. You guys know the drill. That gives you a percentage off. Then I'm using the Inglot Gel in number 17 on my brows. I mentioned this in my favorites video. I really like the color. It's like a chocolate brown. It really just gives my brows that extra oomph that I feel like I needed. So I don't know, you guys seem to like me with more natural brows, but I kind of like the bold brow. Then I'm just applying some matte white in the inner portions of my eye and also on my brow bone. There you go. And I was actually using the Visart palette, but you can use any matte white shade. I just want to kind of lift my brows, so that's why I like applying a nice white. And then also from that Visart palette, I took the gray and just touched up anywhere that I needed some touch-ups for the gray, like underneath my eyes and also on the lid. And then I'm gonna highlight. I'm using Benefit What's Up highlight, and this is just a nice cream highlight. It's perfect for a base for any highlight. I really, really like it. It's just such a pretty dewy glow. And then for a highlight, oh, and I'm also using this on my nose. I love using the Benefit What's Up with my finger on my nose. It really just gets right in there. Then I'm using Natasha Denona All Over Glow Face and Body Shimmer in powder number 1 light. And I'm pretty much applying this all over with the fan brush, the Morphe M310 fan brush. And this gives you such a pretty sheen. Now I'm using MAC Stone Lip Liner just to kind of give my lips a little bit more definition. This is a beautiful gray tone lip liner that looks really good with Underground. It kind of deepens and darkens everything up. And that pretty much completes the look. I went ahead and curled my hair and added some extensions. And these are the Luxury for Princess extensions. I will leave the color down below and a coupon code. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys. Mwah.